Imagine this. You meet someone, fall in love, and suddenly you're planning your dream wedding. But here's the twist most people don't think about. What happens if things don't go as planned? Today, we are diving deep into something that can either save you a fortune or stir up a storm of emotions. Prenuptial agreements. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how they work, who needs one, and the surprising ways they can actually strengthen your relationship. Number 1. What exactly is a prenuptial agreement? A prenuptial agreement, often called a prenup, is simply a contract that two people sign before getting married. This contract lays out how money, property, and debts will be divided if the marriage ends in divorce or if one spouse passes away. Think of it as financial planning for marriage, like insurance. You hope you never need it, but if you do, it saves chaos. For example, if Sarah owns a small bakery before marriage, a prenup can make sure she keeps it in case things don't work out, instead of splitting it in a divorce. Number 2. Why do people get prenups? Most people think prenups are only for the super rich, but that's not true. People use them for all kinds of reasons: to protect a family business, to make sure kids from a previous marriage inherit certain assets, or even to protect themselves from their partner's debts. Picture this. John marries Lisa, but Lisa has $50,000 in student loans. A prenup can make it clear that John won't be stuck paying that debt if they divorce. That's peace of mind. Number 3. Do prenups mean you don't trust your partner? This is probably the biggest myth. A prenup doesn't mean you're betting on divorce. It means you're being honest about money up front. In fact, many financial experts argue that creating a prenup forces couples to talk openly about finances, which actually strengthens the relationship. Imagine two people sitting down before marriage and saying, "Here's what I earn, here's what I owe, and here's what I want us to build together." That's not a sign of mistrust. That's transparency. Number 4. What can a prenup cover? A prenup can cover a lot of financial ground. It can spell out who owns what property, how joint bank accounts will be handled, and even who pays spousal support if a divorce happens. Some prenups also address inheritance, retirement accounts, and even pets. Yes, pets. Imagine you and your partner have a golden retriever. Without a prenup, custody could become a messy legal fight. With a prenup, you can agree in advance who keeps the dog. Number 5. What can a prenup do? Here's where it gets interesting. A prenup can't cover everything. For example, you can't predetermine child custody or child support in a prenup. Courts always put the child's best interest first, no matter what a prenup says. Also, you can't make rules that are unfair or illegal. So if one partner tried to write in something outrageous like, "You'll do all the laundry forever," that won't hold up in court. Number 6. How do you get a prenup? Getting a prenup isn't as scary as it sounds. Usually, each partner hires their own lawyer. The lawyers make sure the agreement is fair and legal. Then, you both review it, make adjustments, and sign. It's that simple. But timing matters. Don't wait until a week before the wedding. Courts might see that as pressure. Experts recommend starting the process at least a few months before the big day. Number 7. What happens if you don't have a prenup? If you don't have one, your state's divorce laws decide who gets what. And those laws might not match what you would want. For example, in community property states like California or Texas, most assets gained during marriage are split equal to 50-50. That includes debts. So even if your partner ran up credit card bills you didn't know about, you could be responsible. Without a prenup, the law decides for you. With a prenup, you get to decide together. Number 8. How much does a prenup cost? The price can vary a lot. On average, a basic prenup in the USA might cost between $1,000 and $2,500. More complex ones involving businesses or multiple properties can cost more. That may sound expensive, but compared to the average divorce in America costing over $15,000, a prenup is actually a bargain. Number 9. Can a prenup be changed later? Yes. If both partners agree, you can update your prenup after you're married. This is called a postnuptial agreement. Life changes. Maybe one spouse starts a business, or you buy a vacation home together. Updating your agreement keeps it relevant. Number 10. Do regular couples really need one? Here's the part most people miss. Prenups aren't just for celebrities or millionaires. They're useful for anyone who wants clarity and control over their money. Even if you don't own much now, think about your future. Your income could rise. You could buy property. You could inherit money from family. Having a prenup in place protects both of you as your financial lives grow. One couple I read about started marriage with little more than student debt. 10 years later, they had a thriving business and multiple properties. Their prenup made sure they didn't end up in a long, expensive battle when things fell apart. Number 11. Do courts always enforce prenups? Not always. Courts can throw out prenups if they're unfair, signed under pressure, or missing full financial disclosure. That's why it's so important to do it right, honest, clear, and with proper legal advice. Number 12. What are the emotional benefits of a prenup? This might surprise you. Many couples say their prenup conversations brought them closer. Why? Because it forced them to have tough but honest talks about money, expectations, and goals. And let's be real, money problems are one of the top reasons couples fight. A prenup can actually help avoid those fights. Number 13. What if one partner refuses a prenup? This is common. Sometimes one partner feels insulted by the idea. If that happens, communication is key. Instead of saying, "I need a prenup," explain why. Maybe it's about protecting your kids from a prior marriage or keeping your family's business safe. Once your partner sees it's not about mistrust, but about fairness, they're more likely to understand. Number 14. Funny but true prenup stories. Celebrities have had some wild prenup terms. For example, some prenups include lifestyle clauses like no cheating or even no weight gain. While those may sound ridiculous, it shows how flexible prenups can be. But keep in mind, courts might not enforce those wilder clauses. Still, they make for interesting stories. Number 15. Should you get a prenup? At the end of the day, only you and your partner can decide. If you have assets, debts, or even future plans you want to protect, it's worth considering. Think of it less as preparing for divorce and more as making sure you both start marriage on the same page financially. It's about security, fairness, and peace of mind. Number 16. Can a prenup protect future income? Yes, a prenup can outline how future income is handled. For example, if one spouse plans to go to medical school and later earn a high salary, the prenup can specify whether that income will be shared equally or kept separate. This avoids messy fights over money that hasn't even been earned yet. Number 17. How do prenups handle retirement accounts? Retirement savings like 401k, and IRAs often grow significantly during a marriage. A prenup can state whether contributions made during the marriage belong to one spouse or are shared. For example, if you've been saving for retirement for years before marriage, a prenup can ensure that part of the account remains yours alone. Number 18. Are prenups valid in every state? Prenup rules vary by state. Some states follow community property laws, while others use equitable distribution. A prenup must comply with state laws to be valid. This means that if you move from one state to another, the terms of your prenup may be interpreted differently. Always have a lawyer check the agreement if you relocate. Number 19. What if a spouse hides assets before signing? If one partner doesn't fully disclose their finances when creating the prenup, the agreement could be thrown out later. Courts require full transparency. For example, if a spouse hides a bank account or a piece of property, the prenup might be ruled invalid. This is why honesty is the foundation of a strong agreement. Number 20. Can prenups protect family heirlooms? Absolutely. If you have a family ring, antique furniture, or even farmland that's been in your family for generations, a prenup can make sure it stays in your family. Without it, those heirlooms could end up being sold or divided in a divorce settlement. Number 21. Do prenups cover life insurance benefits? They can. A prenup can specify who is the beneficiary of a life insurance policy. For example, if you want to make sure children from a previous marriage remain beneficiaries, a prenup can lock that in and prevent disputes later. Number 22. What if you marry without a prenup but regret it later? It's not too late. Couples can sign a post-nuptial agreement after marriage. These agreements serve a similar purpose as prenups. just created later. 4. Example, if one spouse suddenly inherits property, a postnup can protect that inheritance. Number 23. Can prenups prevent long court battles? Yes, that's one of their biggest advantages. Without a prenup, divorce cases can drag on for months or even years while lawyers argue over property division. With a prenup, much of that is already decided, saving time, stress, and thousands of dollars in legal fees. Number 24. Are prenups only about divorce? No. They can also outline financial responsibilities during the marriage. For example, a prenup might state that one spouse will handle the mortgage while the other focuses on paying down student loans. It's like setting financial ground rules before marriage even begins. Number 25. Can prenups expire? Yes, some couples choose to add a sunset clause. This means the prenup automatically expires after a certain number of years. For example, you might agree that if you're still married after 10 years, the prenup is no longer needed. This can ease concerns for partners who feel prenups are too permanent. Marriage is about love, trust, and building a life together. But love doesn't pay the bills, and trust doesn't erase debt. A prenup is like a seatbelt. You hope you never need it, but it's there to protect you if things crash. So, what do you think? Would you ever consider getting a prenuptial agreement before marriage? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.